Hello and welcome. I am Dr. Lisa Winfield, the organizer advisor, and my goal is to help you enhance your happiness and transform your life. Okay, so our goal is to totally organize and work on our physical health and well-being before December 1st. Today is September 2nd, and we are starting on just taking daily steps, things I call TOGAs, which is today's organizational goals and actions, to kind of step by step just start to take more control, be more proactive and more effective in managing all the items in our home, as well as taking care of our health and through our daily health and beauty routines, as well as enhance the way we look and feel by wardrobe reconstruction and helping us feel more relaxed in our home space through some home caring and cleaning routines. Today we are going to focus on our medications, our over-the-counter and prescription medications. So stop the video real quick, take your basket, take a bin, basket, whatever you have. It can be a bag. Go ahead and go through your house and pick up all of your over-the-counter meds and your prescription medications and bring them back to a workspace. So check the kitchen drawer, top of the refrigerator, in your bedroom, nightstand, your purse, your gym bag, and your car, as well as the bathroom. So pause the video, go do that, and meet me back here. Welcome back. Now that you've gathered all of your medications, your over-the-counter and prescription medications, we want to store these in a particular way so that they're safe for other people, children, and pets in our home. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through and check the expiry dates on all of our medications. We're either going to photograph them, take a note, create a note file on our phone, or we're going to write down all of the medications, dosages, and frequency that we have. And then we're going to talk about how to safely store your medications. So those are our TOGAs for today. So go ahead and start your medication and start looking at the expiry dates. Now, if it's very hard for you to see, let's say you're, have limited vision, you may want to have someone help you look at those expiry dates, and you may want to write them in a permanent marker on the top of your medication or somewhere on the side so that you can see more clearly the expiration dates. That's just a tip. So go ahead and go through your medications and look at the expiration dates. When you have all the medications that, like this one's quite old, that are expired, you're going to want to put them in a container that is lockable, and you're going to take them to one of the big pharmacy chains, Walgreens, CVS, or even Publix. They have safe disposal kiosks. And instead of, buying all the bags and solutions that you would need in order to safely dispose of your medications, because we don't flush and we don't drop them down the sink, we don't throw them in the garbage can, we have to take procedures to safely dispose. Now, you can get some medications, and I have a YouTube video, not medications, but you can get some dissolving fluid that you can seal and then throw into the rubbish. But the best option is to take them to a pharmacy kiosk. You can check with your local pharmacy, but I know that CVS, Walgreens, and Publix pharmacies have safe disposal kiosks. You can also call your local law enforcement and ask when they're going to have the days where they take particularly strong narcotic medications and dispose of them for free, so that you don't have to buy anything, or it's just too encourage you to safely dispose of the medications as opposed to putting them in your garbage can, leaving them in your home if you're not going to use them, or flushing them down the toilet. Okay, so once you have gone through and you already have the medications that are about or are expired off to the side, then you're going to want to take all the medications that you have. Now, this is just me. I kind of like to wipe down the containers just because I like clean containers. And you're going to want to have a dedicated space that is safe. So a safe, dedicated space in your home to store these. Now that space needs to be in a locked container. Now you can use a safe, you can use a medicine vault, or you can use a container that has a little latch that you can lock. So what you're going to do is you're going to create that space. Oh dear. And you're going to store all of your medications in this space. Now if you have a lot of medications, you may want to divide your medications by painkillers, and anti-inflammatories, digestive medications, heart medications, blood pressure medications, but you're going to want to put all of those medications into your storage vault. Now, another tip that I have is you can take your cell phone. Another tip is you can take your cell phone and you can photograph your medications, the dosage, your prescription medications. You can just photograph the dosage, the doctor, and the frequency, and the name of the medication, and you can save those to a file on your cell phone. And if you're not really cell phone savvy and you want to do it the old-fashioned paper pencil way, what I suggest is creating a medical emergency card, which goes right on the back of your driver's license, like this. Now you just put them into your wallet. And that's going to slip right into where you keep your driver's license. Now on this card, I'm going to have an emergency contact information. I'm going to have my doctor's name. I'm going to have the medications that I take, and if you need to make a list, you can. The dosage, the frequency, and the name of the medication. And then I'm going to have the number of my pharmacy. And what this does is it allows me to have the information in my wallet. In the case that I get in an accident, the paramedics are going to go into your wallet if they need to call somebody. So then you're going to have that medical information, your doctor's name, so that they can reach out to your doctor and have your doctor meet you at the hospital. They can contact your next of kin. They can also know what medications that you're taking and assume that you've taken them frequently or recently, so that they won't give you any kind of medicine that may interact with your medication on the way to the hospital. So that's just a tip. But as you continue, you can just go ahead and kind of wipe down your little medication, make sure the lids are on tight, so that if a child were to get into your container, your vault, medicine vault, they won't be able to open, because we want to make sure we have child-proof caps. So I just like to wipe everything down. If you notice you're almost out of a medication, you may want to write down that you need to get that. And also check in with your doctor and just review your medication list and make sure that you are up to date on the most current medication formula, and that he or she is still aware of all the other medications that you're taking. Okay, so now we have all of our medications into our medication vault. A couple other things: if you have liquid medication, you may want to go ahead and store those in a zip top bag. In the case that they leak or spill, then it's not going to get all over your prescription labels and you won't be able to read them. So I just put them in a zip top bag, and that way they're nice and sealed. And then also, if you have a bunch of little medications in these little pill pouches, or something that is open, like this Goodies powder that could get all over. You don't want that all over your hands, and you don't want that all over your medication bottles. So what I do is just put them in a smaller zip top bag, make sure they're nice and sealed thoroughly, and then they can go into my medicine vault. So when you close and secure your medicine vault, you still want to make sure that it's on a shelf that is out of the reach of children and it's out of the reach of pets. You also want to make sure that you don't have medications in your purse, particularly if you have small children or pets, because oftentimes we leave our purses on the floor, and sometimes the toddlers will toddle right over, get into that bottle, and then it could be an emergency. Also, your pets. You don't want your pets taking out a bottle of your medications and then ingesting them, and then you'll have to have an emergency vet visit. A couple of things I did want to point out in my notes, that you want to make sure that you have your poison control number. You may want to put that inside your medicine vault, so in the case that there is an incident, you have the number handy. And just for your information, that number is 1-800-222-1222. Again, that's 1-800-222-1222, and that is the National Poison Control Center. Also, another thing that you want to consider when we're talking about having a card behind our driver's license, many states now have a registry where you can register with your driver's license a number to call for your next of kin. In the case that you are in an accident, law enforcement can access the number for your next of kin, or I think up to 2 people. So you can have a family member or close friend or whomever you want to assign as somebody that law enforcement will contact. Now, law enforcement are the only ones able to access that information. But if you get in a car accident and they, are able to take your wallet and find your identity, they will then be able to call their, it's called the Emergency Contact Information Nationwide Center, and they will then be able to give them your driver's license number and then have access to your next of kin contact information, so that they can make someone aware that you've been in an accident and that you've been taken to the hospital. So that's just another piece of advice to help you feel more secure and be more prepared. Okay, so we have checked our expiration dates, gathered all of our medicine from all of the little nooks and crannies in our house. We have checked the expiration dates. We are going to safely dispose of any expired medications. We have made sure all the lids are on tightly, and that any kind of liquid medication is sealed in a zip top bag or spill-proof bag in order to minimize any kind of major cleaning catastrophe. And then any kind of little pocket pills that are laying about somewhere are all stored into a zip top bag, as well as any like powdered medication that have been opened. If you have trouble seeing, you may want to have someone write the expiration date in large numbers on your medication bottle, so you can make sure that you are able to see that. Also, we want to connect with our doctor and just give them a list of the medications, the dosage, and the frequency, and when it was prescribed, so that they can make sure that you're on the most current formula of that medication and that you have no adverse medication reactions between the meds that you take. You also may want to take a picture of your medications on your smartphone to have an inventory and to be able to share with your doctor, or you can make a little card to slip behind your driver's license with next of kin, doctor, pharmacy, the medications you take, the dosage, and the frequency. So that way all of that information is available to paramedics and doctors at the emergency room in the case you need some sort of supportive care. Now we're also going to take our medicine vault, whatever you choose to store it in. I like this little thing because I can lock it, and you want to store this in an out of the way, up high place. It needs to be cool and dry, and make sure that your children and pets do not have access. So now we have all of our medication gathered, checked for expiration dates. They are safely stored. We are up to date. And now that is our TOGA for today. Just a gentle reminder that we are going to do our health and beauty routine for today. So for Friday, it's facial skincare day. So enjoy that Friday facial. It's also, we want to hydrate, exercise for 15 minutes. Make sure that you're eating clean. Take time for stillness, gratitude, meditation, prayer, whatever helps to uplift your soul. And have a wonderful, beautiful, fabulous day and weekend. I'll see you tomorrow.